Hey, welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far. My name is Lauren and I'll be reviewing the Coco and Eve Sunny Honey in color Ultra Dark to Loving Tan, the Deluxe Bronze Mousse in color Ultra Dark. So in this video, I'm going to compare the two and share everything you need to know: price, application, color guides, scent, and how long they lasted. I've tested quite a few self-tanners on my channel and I'll link the videos below, but I was really intrigued by both of these brands because they both have cult followings and amazing reviews. So I prefer a foaming self-tanner because it dries faster, and I don't really mind the color guide, which, if you don't know, that's when the tanner has a tint so you know where you applied it. I actually think that's very helpful. And I also love that both of these are ultra dark. I don't like to apply self-tanner twice. I mean, let's be honest, it's a hassle, and the less I can do it, the better. So I like to just put it on one time, be super tan, and be done with it for the week. So let's start with the Coco and Eve. This is $34 and you get 6.7 fluid ounces. Coco and Eve is 100% natural DHA. That's the self-tanning agent. It's vegan, silicone-free, cruelty-free, gluten-free, ethically sourced, paraben-free, and PETA approved. And the tanner claims to do a lot. So it says that it blurs pigmentation and perfects the skin. It has a lightweight, non-sticky formula. It's fast drying and develops in just 2 hours. And it's developed with a green-gray base for a natural-looking golden glow with no orange tone. And they say that each bottle has 260 pumps, which can last between 10 and 20 full-body tanning sessions. So pretty good. The call-out ingredients are raw virgin coconut, which will hydrate and firm the skin, and then it also has amino acids, and then mango, fig, and cocoa. So that's going to help give you antioxidants and improve the signs of aging. And then it also has a cool ingredient that I think is just for Coco and Eve. It's called Shape, and it's a strong antioxidant that is going to help with smoothing the skin and fighting cellulite. So I mean, you put it on once a week, if that. I highly doubt it's going to really, truly help you see results, but they actually did studies on this. So they tested on 15 people between the ages of 30 and 50, and the volunteers applied the treatment twice daily for the duration of 28 days on their thighs, hips, and bottom, and they noticed that they actually decreased in volume. And then like everything, so the butt, the thighs, and even the hips, so it helped. Oh my gosh, this is leaking. So it actually did make a difference on their size, which I think is really interesting. For me, I apply self-tanner because it instantly will make you look more toned and thinner. I love putting it on my face because it will hide any imperfections or discoloration, and I struggle with acne scarring and melasma. So I just find that the quickest fix is to put some self-tanner on my face, and it does definitely make you look better. So I think a common question with using any self-tanner is this gonna make you turn orange? And they say that their color correcting formula has the green-gray base, so it gives you a really natural golden glow. And then the scent, they're calling it Balinese mango and guava scent. They do say that it needs time to set, so you want to make sure that you've applied it completely, and then they suggest waiting 30 minutes to reduce staining your garments. I definitely did not do that. I went straight to bed, and I'll share more of my review later in this video. But I mean, 30 minutes, what are you supposed to walk around naked? That seems a little excessive. So let's move on to the Loving Tan. This is $39.95 and you get 4 ounces. So right there's a substantial difference in price and size. You would think this would be less expensive, but it's not. It also has a color guide, so it's going to just make sure that you apply it evenly everywhere. You didn't miss any spots or add too much in one area and not blend it out in others. And it also just ensures a streak-free application. They say even with the color guide, this is suited for experienced tanners only. I would say both of them are, just because they're so dark, and if you mess up, you will have a stain. They also say you'll get 5+ applications per bottle, and they call their color guide a natural olive color. They also say that their mousse dries in 60 seconds, so that's a big difference. 30 minutes, 60 seconds. It also has a naturally derived DHA. It has a hydrating aloe vera base. And then it's cruelty-free and vegan. And then they say that you want to leave the mousse to develop on your skin between 6 and 8 hours, and then gently rinse it off, and your tan will continue to develop for up to 24 hours after you apply it. I also want to touch on something I mentioned earlier where I apply self-tanner to my face. I actually don't use either of these brands for the self-tanner on my face. I use Tan-Luxe the drops because I'm acne prone, and I like that you can just add it to your skincare and rub it in instead of having bronzer on your face all day or all night. But both of these do say that they're non-comedogenic, so they shouldn't clog your pores or exacerbate your acne. So the way that I apply self-tanner is I exfoliate the day before I apply it, and then I shave the day before as well. You want to do it at least 6 hours before you apply self-tanner, and then you want to apply moisturizer to your hands and your feet, and then I actually put it on my knees and my elbows and like the bottom of my feet and wrap it around my toes. You want to apply the tanner to dry skin, and then you want to use circular motion. So I put it directly on the mitt, and then I blend as I go, and just keep reapplying to the mitt as I move up my body. And then the next day, so I always do this at night because I just find wearing self-tanner to be really uncomfortable. So you want to shower in the morning and then gently pat your skin dry, and pretty easy. I don't really use moisturizer in my regular body routine, so I don't make any special accommodations for when I have self-tanner on. If I look dry, I'll put on moisturizer, but both of these recommended that you keep your skin hydrated, and I didn't do that. So let's get into the review. I started with the Coco and Eve side, and it is so green. I was definitely caught off guard by the color because I mean, it's just so green. You're like, there's no way that this could possibly look good. And then especially with like such a stark contrast to the Loving Tan where it's a orangey brown color. So then you're looking at your legs side by side and you're just like, there is no way. Like, I'm gonna look crazy for a week while I'm doing this test. The Loving Tan dries super fast while you're applying it, so you really have to move quick. The Coco and Eve, it smells really good. It smells sweet and like cocoa buttery. And then the Loving Tan smells like a very subtle baby powder slash like flowery scent. Both smelled fine to me. They didn't smell like strong self-tanner straight out of the bottle. And then both of them dried pretty fast. So even though Coco and Eve says it takes 30 minutes, I didn't experience that. I feel like I was able to get dressed within minutes of applying it. And then I went straight to bed. I have white sheets, and I woke up and I didn't have self-tanner all over my sheets, which was really nice. I also didn't smell like self-tanner, so I really appreciate that. So when I showered the next morning, they actually looked very close. In this picture, it does look like the Coco and Eve is a little bit darker and more green, but in person, it definitely looked a lot closer. It was not obvious that I was wearing two separate self-tanners at all. This is the color difference. I royally messed up on my hands and my wrists this round, but I mean, you can see how tan it makes you. But the next day, I feel like I had a really good deep tan. I love the color that both of them gave me, and I love that I didn't need to reapply self-tanner. So I am very, very pale. I never tan in the sun, and I feel like both of these were pretty dark on me, which I appreciate. So what was interesting was right after I showered, they both looked the same, but as the days went on, I feel like the Coco and Eve wore better. It wore to a like more natural looking tan, where I feel like the Loving Tan turned a little bit orange after a few days. So I think you'll be happy with either one. I personally suggest the Coco and Eve because price-wise, you get almost 3 more ounces for $5 less. And then also, I love that they have a lot of ingredients that are focusing on benefiting your skin. Whereas Loving Tan, it has the hydrating aloe, and that's kind of it. But then again, I also don't apply self-tanner for its skincare benefits. I just want a good deep tan that lasts for days. And then as far as like how long they lasted, I'm on day 5 and they both look really good. So I don't know if the Coco and Eve would last for up to 2 weeks like they claim. I don't believe so, just because I put the Coco and Eve all over the rest of my body, and I feel like it is starting to get a little bit patchy on my arms on day 5, but you would really only notice if you were looking close. From far away, I just look like I have a really good tan. And then what's interesting is on my legs, I didn't get patchy. So I just think something with my arm skin being different than my leg skin. Overall, I'm very happy with both of them, but I do think I would repurchase the Coco and Eve over the Loving Tan just for the value. All right, that is my review. I hope you found it helpful. And if you've tried either of these, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Also, if you like beauty reviews, subscribe to my channel. I would love to see you next time.